Greece is teetering into chaos and obviously is very troubling for citizens and the government. But if you were looking to buy a place there, is it the moment? Samantha DeBianchi is with me now, star of $1 Million Listing, Jonathan Miller, CEO of Miller Samuel. So glad to have both big real estate brains right here. Thank you so much for coming in.
Great to be here.
And happy birthday,
Thank
Samantha.
you.
So glad you're spending it with us. So let's say on a crazy whim, a U.S. investor says, hey, I look at Greece, I see all these headlines. Should I buy in Greece? What is your take?
I would say no. I mean, even though crisis generally brings a lot of buyers, I think there's too much of a big question mark on Greece. It's just too up in the air. It's too much of a, it's too much of a risk. And investors want to invest. They want to know that something positive will happen soon, later, and right now we don't know what's happening.
Jonathan, what if somebody goes over there with a suitcase full of euros? Yay or nay? In other words, no financing.
Well, I guess it's what their taste is for risk. Right now, it seems like junk bond status in the sense of an investment. In fact, I think that the investor, it's going to be the reverse.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, because I think it just what you're going to see, I think, is a delay in the Fed raising rates. I don't think there's going to be a contagion out of this issue, right, but it certainly is going to slow things down, I think, worldwide.
And I know we've spoken, the three of us in the past, about the luxury market here and this influx, to your point, Jonathan, of foreign money coming here. And it now does seem as if the government in Greece is being very serious about collecting taxes. Do you expect to see more buyers here, whether it's New York, LA, Miami, from Greece, from the continent?
I think overall, we're going to see more international buyers, specifically, of course, yes, from Greece as well. We've already seen...
We've seen a lot already.
Right. We've already seen a lot. We're not just seeing people buy here, but we're seeing them spend more, on average around $500,000. So while the average sale price or the average sale has gone down, there's less people buying the amounts, but the price has gone up. So people are now buying, and they're end users as well, more so than just investors. So that's great. They're not just buying, but they're living here too.
And Jonathan, you and I spoke about this article, which I think was on the cover of New York Magazine, and it was like, is this the new currency? And it was basically a New York high-rise.
Right. Luxury real estate is a new global currency is sort of the catchphrase for all this. And I think, New York City, this week we just reported that it was an all-time record average sale price. And it really isn't just about these super tall towers. It's about just people coming here and buying safety. And New York is benefiting from that, even with a strong dollar.
Even with the strong dollar, because to your point, it's safe. People more or less know what our government is going to look like, and they more or less believe in the dollar.
I think that's true, but I don't want to overhype the international demand here. In Manhattan, it's only about 15% of the overall market. I think what's happening now, though, because the U.S. economy is improving slowly, we're actually seeing domestic demand, wealthy investors, offsetting some of the loss as the dollar has strengthened and choked off some of the demand.
So in New York, is it people coming from Silicon Valley?
Yes, exactly. The West Coast, for sure. There's a direct linkage between, say, L.A. and New York, Miami and New York. It's very much domestic.
Yeah, in Miami, we still have California. We have New York. We have
Canada. Well, not in Miami, right? Canada is
Canada
South
as well.
Yep.
But we have a little vitamin D infusion. Right?
Yeah, we have the most foreign buyers in the country. So.
Right.
All right. It is great to see you both. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
Great to see you. Samantha DeBianchi, star of $1 Million Listing. Jonathan Miller, CEO of Miller Samuel, with me there.